So I had a pretty interesting message come through about today's reading, and it was about what's hurting you right now. And yeah, it was Three of Swords energy. I just kind of split the deck and did a quick look to get an idea. So let's go ahead and get into it and take a deep breath together. And I just ask that we're grounded, present, and open to receive messages. So what's hurting you right now? This would definitely feel like more of a mental energy, right? Three of Swords coming up. Five of Swords and Six of Wands. So this kind of feels like imposter syndrome. It looks like comparing yourself to others. You got like the guys in the background running up while you're sitting there kind of defeated, giving up, right? Which is quite the opposite action of here. So it's how you're focusing on the ways that you've had to give up, quit something, leave, abandon. And so there could be like guilt coming up, and you made the choices that you made because with the Six of Wands, you were trying to be successful. You were trying to build something and come together, and sometimes those sacrifices, you know, now you're able to kind of reflect in hindsight and wonder, like, did I really need to make these? Was this the right decision to do? So I think it's a lot of rumination in that regard. So I dropped a couple. Why is this coming up now? Ace of Cups on the World card. Because you're starting a new chapter. And, you know, with the World card, I don't feel like everybody necessarily sees that, because we can see like that, you know, a chapter's closing, or, you know, we're coming into a new cycle. But a lot of the time we can revert back and we can regress into our previous behaviors where it's a little bit harder to close out those chapters. So with the Ace of Cups here, it's just deepening your ability to love yourself, but also to give love out and feel deeper into this next chapter that is so much brighter and bigger than what you imagined happening before. So how can you help yourself now as you process and integrate these feelings? The Empress and the Five of Pentacles. Tap back into how it is that you're nurturing yourself, and the self-talk that you're giving yourself at this time. Realize that with the Five of Cups here, that these sacrifices were a part of your growth. And if you need to work on communicating with somebody because, you know, you need to reach out for an apology or something like that, like take your time to fill into that language. Do you need to reach out to this person? Do you need to communicate? Or is it something that you're able to just process and integrate on yourself? Because it's not to like scare anybody, right, or induce anxiety, but like sometimes when we reach out to people, it doesn't necessarily go as planned, or, you know, it wasn't necessarily the door that we needed to open because that part was closed with that individual, and there's more pain there by initiating or, you know, having communication as opposed to just kind of pulling back and processing. So that's just something for you to take in slowly and discern, especially now that we're in a holiday season, and, you know, you might feel that urge to want to communicate with somebody and bring togetherness. And so it could be a good thing. It could be an opportunity for you to do that. So let's go ahead and get a closeout for this. Overall, just what do we need to know about the pain that we're experiencing right now? Masculine, Emperor, and the crown chakra. You know, it's really cool that we saw the Empress come in, because this really talks about how we're able to balance everything out. You're feeling like you can be vulnerable, that you have the support to express yourself emotionally, process things. You got the Hermit at the bottom of the deck, and you're still healing, and you're healing so that you can help heal others with how you just show up in the world, and what you're connected to. The Crown is talking about, just, I don't feel like you know, like telepathy, or having like sort of these experiences where you're thinking of somebody and you're in the, you know, the quantum realm, and then they call you, things like that, right? This is so much deeper than that. It's how you're connecting bigger picture things and the collective consciousness. Is just really just tapping into that as a whole, and seeing, like, if you're out there teaching classes, or, you know, being a leader in some capacity, it's how you're able to read the whole group and give the group what it needs. It's less about like planning and saying, okay, today I'm going to do this, and letting the plan form itself as you go out there and do things. And then it's just keeping that thought that even if you don't reach out to these individuals that maybe you feel guilty about, or, you know, you're having painful past ruminations, with the Crown and the Hermit, I think it's like how you're able to heal these connections on a quantum level, and using the Emperor energy to go out there, do it, make it happen in a way that it's not invasive. It's not penetrating the energy of people that don't want your energy, but in a very respectful sort of way. You know, because even with tarot and readings and things like that, you can tap into people's energy, and it's like it's not desired, and you start to feel the drain, they start to feel the drain. And this is just more about how you can give, and how you can reframe and refocus, like, the guilt or the shame or the heaviness that you're processing. And I'm even getting like this, like, really beautiful meditative state where the visuals are, you know, that's for you to go into, right, if that's how you want to do this. But like, what I see is just like this whole planet, like, just really blanketed in love, and how you're able to equalize and balance, like, what you're giving, despite like feeling negatively about yourself. And so, you know, just keep working through it and processing it, because it is a process, and it is a new chapter that you're writing. Every step forward, every, you know, stroke of a pen that you put down, a word of what you're creating is new territory. And you just take your time, because it's so worth it. And I can just see that you're integrating all this in a very balanced, divine, reverent sort of way. All right, much love.